What's up? Good morning, guys. Yes, I am here at the office. Yes, I am dressed casually. And yes, I am leaving for Florida today. But I love you guys, and I am really, really excited about this next week for you guys. I got 3 books I'm going to be buried in while I'm sitting on the beach because I believe that feeding your brain and feeding your mind is the most important thing. Everyone's looking for external places to find satisfaction and happiness, and I feel like it's found right between these ears. I'm reading the book now for probably, I think, the 3rd time. It's called The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz. Chapter 1's title is Believe You Can Succeed and You Will. But it goes deeper than just believing, but it starts with belief, because if you have disbelief, so if there's things that you've said I can't do, or you just don't believe in, your mind will look for ways to support that thought. Okay, you will find ways. You say I can't write 7,000 this next week, even though I gave that commitment. Internally, if you do not believe that you can do that, your mind, your subconscious will find ways to attract those results of not hitting it. Okay, if you think doubt, you fail. If you think victory, you succeed. So your belief's basically like your thermostat. Okay, not your thermometer. The temperature's already set on a thermometer. That tells you what your temperature is. The thermostat, you can regulate. I can go downstairs in my house and I can turn that knob down if it's too hot. So I can change the temperature of the room with my belief. Okay, the other thing is others are going to see in you what you see in yourself. And so that comes back to belief. Because if you're believing little about you, people are going to see you as little. If you're believing all these big thoughts, all these big goals, you're worth it, your dreams are coming true, you're putting in the right efforts, you're not taking the shortcuts, all of a sudden people are going to see you in that light. And I think that's important. I think that's important because you're stuck with your thoughts all day long. You got like a little thought factory going on in your head. So this chapter 1 talks about these 2 guys that are working on the job, and basically it's an analogy of people inside your head. You have 2 people. You have Mr. Triumph, and then you have Mr. Defeat. And the book says that both Mr. Triumph and Mr. Defeat are ridiculously obedient, meaning the more work you give either one of them, they will do that work very, very well. So if you're giving all your work, meaning all your thoughts, to Mr. Defeat, well, hey, I mean, you're going to live in defeat. But if you're giving all your thoughts to triumph, to overcoming, to persisting, to getting up again, to pushing out the negative, replacing the negative with positives, I mean, basically, you got to fire Mr. Defeat. You got to kick his ass off the job site, because he's slowing down your progress, and you got to spend your time with Mr. Triumph. Okay? The 2nd chapter talks about something called excuse-itis. And basically, excuse-itis is just the habit of making excuses. And he says it's a disease that every average person has, some more than others. And people with average accomplishments are always very quick to explain why they don't and why they can't, why they haven't. And you'll discover that like every single person that's super successful could have used those exact same excuses, but they chose not to. And so this excuse-itis is something that you can vaccinate, you can get rid of. Okay? But like any disease, if you don't do anything about the excuses, the disease gets worse. It gets worse, it spreads. Okay, so if you're a victim right now in your mind, if you're playing this victim role where shit ain't going your way because your leads aren't picking up, or you're getting no-showed and you're not looking at you, if you're not looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, what about my actions and my thoughts and my beliefs? Like, what part of this deal am I going to control? You're going to go into a downward spiral. So this excuse-itis is like, once you've picked the excuse that you like, that's the one you're going to rely on as to why this deal ain't going to pop for you, why you're not going to have the success that you wanted to have. So let's look at ourselves. Let's get with our uplines. Let's do a little role play, okay? Because every time, as soon as that excuse is bought and paid for in your mind, okay, you'll start using it. You'll hear yourself out there having a smoke talking about, man, I can't get referrals. Or you're sitting next to your peer, man, no one's picking up. You got a referral problem, player. That's the deal. It ain't a lead problem. It's a referral problem. And the more you talk about this problem and the less you focus on finding the solution, you're just magnifying this problem into something more than it ever needed to be. Okay? So let's not hang out in the problem. Let's go to the solution. Now, we don't expect you to have the solution, but we expect you to know where to go to get it, and it's up. It's up. It's your essay, it's your GA, it's your MGA. Okay? So guys, today I want to encourage you, if you're not where you need to be, if you're not where you want to be, let's make a change, man. Let's make a difference today. Let's do something a little bit different today. Are you on script? I mean, are you looking at your presentation every single day? I can tell you, you'll never fall off script if you stay on script. If you stay on script, you don't get off script. The only way to stay on is you have to commit at least a half hour to it every single day. I mean, that's your money maker. That should be as routine as brushing your teeth, putting on deodorant, combing your hair. That's your lifeline here. Never abandon that. Don't abandon that. That's everything. Everything stems from it. And consistent role play. Okay, guys? I'm going to keep working on myself. I expect everyone else to do the same because we're on a championship team, and that's what championship players do. We hold each other accountable. Okay? We do the shit we don't feel like doing it because we know it's going to get us to a place where we want to be at. So if you're not where you want to be at yet, let's get to work. Just keep it in your mind, though. It starts in that mind. It starts with believing, guys. All right? Everybody on this team, we got a different story. We have a different issue, okay? So just think about your problems, and you got to convince yourself, like, yo, somebody else dealing with something worse right now. I know that to be true. I know that there's someone else that got it worse that's still making it happen. That should give you some hope that you can too. Let's go out there and crush it, man. We got to knock the ball off the cover this weekend. We got to think big. We got to dream big. We got to act bigger. No employee mindsets. Business owner mindset. Nobody told me to get up this morning and beat everybody to the office. I'm going to do that because I want to and because I can and because it gives me a sense of confidence. What are you doing to get confidence? Let's go. Time to step up. Oleg, you've been stepping up. Country, you've been stepping up. ET, you've been stepping up. A lot of you guys have been stepping up. But guess what? One game don't get us to the dance, y'all. Like, we gotta win. This is a we gotta perform again type of business. This is a, hey, it's a new week, it's a new opponent, it's a new game, it's a new strategy. We gotta go to work this week, y'all. I'm counting on you guys. $100,000 weeks in the making. Believe it. You got to say it in your mind. You got to see it in your vision. You got to be it when it's time to act. Say it, see it, be it. Say it, see it, be it. Say it, see it, go be it. Let's be it. Come on, let's go.